when the ustad was starting to read whatever he was reading intensely, the Pontianak was like going crazy and like, you know, trying to fight it. And then she started flying around the house and flew out. And suddenly I started flying. I was hiding underneath the roof, like hiding from, you know, for my life, fearing that she would like come and like crawl to me and like, you think I don't know where you are? And that's exactly what happened.
Oh shit.
Actually, crawl over to me. I found you.
Oh.
We believe you.
And we're back
To another episode of
Naik Bulu Tales. I'm Mo.
I'm Fairil.
And here we are again.
Always wanting to give you guys new stories.
You know, no matter how many episodes we innovate, like ground zero is nice. You know, like this is how we started. I don't know if you guys know, if you guys been binging, but the first episode was us telling ghost stories. We search online local ghost stories, international ghost stories, and then we had one guest.
Yeah, and we're coming back here to the table, you know, feels like this is the MBT table.
Yeah, it is.
But the table's scratched. But
I know, but it adds character to your table.
But before we start with our next guests, we just want to say do not forget to subscribe, comment, like, share.
That's it. I mean, as our previous guest Dola shared, said that it costs nothing to like, subscribe, and share. So thank you so much for supporting our channel and continue supporting, because the more you support, the more interesting our episodes are going to get. I mean, right now we're doing interesting things. Yeah. We want to do more for you.
And guys, just if 67% of you guys watch our shows, but you guys don't subscribe.
Facts.
So please subscribe.
From the polar opposite of what the episode was before, you know. I think it's nice that we get back into some ghost stories.
We're looking forward to this one,
whether you believe it or not. But here, what do we say?
We believe you.
That's right. So who do we got, Rel?
Today we have a friend of ours introduced through a mutual friend. We got to know. He's been saying that he has some stories wanting to tell. And we're excited to have him on. So welcome, Fredo.
Hola.
I love that name, you know. Like reminds me of Al Pacino. Alfredo is his name, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Alfredo. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Feeling a bit nervous.
Come on, man. We're just like your two abangs, you know, chilling like a villain.
Coffee session.
Coffee session.
Correct. I mean, this is just something we like to. I mean, we like to get people to just come here and just share their stories, and it's all about just sharing. You know, it's about, we don't overthink it, we don't judge. You know, we just intrigued by all the different kind of supernatural stories out there, and we appreciate you coming on.
Excited to be here.
Yeah. So Fredo, I mean the table is yours. You know, you wanna, however you want to start it. You can start either from the. I don't know how many stories you got to tell.
I think I have about 3 to 6.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
6, I mean, whichever you feel comfortable.
I'm gonna go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
There it is.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna start with my earliest memory of experiencing something that was not logical to me. I was probably 5, around that age. I was living with my mom. She's a single mom, and we lived in a neighborhood that is known for people dumping bodies.
Oh, what?
And not just any bodies that are like, you know, cut into pieces type shit.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, can I swear?
Yes, swear all you want, please. But are you allowed to say which neighborhood this is?
No, right.
Maybe I should. Maybe this will, like, you know, get people.
We need to know
to share more similar stories in the same neighborhood. Sagambut.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who live in Sagambut.
Oh, what? Have you heard any stories from those?
Actually, 2 months ago, there was a helper that was murdered in one of those. So basically, it's Monkiara, that's Sagambut, right? So where all those little shop lots, all those kind of like favelas kind of type of houses, right?
Yeah.
So cops there were a police yellow line, a little tape around the area. So I managed to, while there's traffic, I managed to ask the abang, apa jadi? Oh, ni kes bunuh pembantu. or Indonesia.
My God.
Yeah. So they're still investigating because they've been there for a while, you know. And that week I was visiting Singapore through that area a couple of times.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
God damn, now I see it.
Yeah, because how I know about this is my mom has a lot of stories. Yeah, and she would tell me growing up, but I never really believed in her until like I see her speaking to my aunties about it, and she never sounded like she was joking.
Right.
Why would you joke about it, right? Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
My mom was obsessed with these things. She likes to scare her kids when they don't behave. But now, you know, I'm an adult. I speak to her about it, and she still tells me, like, you know, all those experiences were true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were 5 years old?
I was 5. I was drinking milk from a bottle. Watching TV. There were 2 couches in the living room, and my couch was facing the TV. My mom's couch was on the other side. It was like a L shape, but it was a separate couch. And I was just watching, you know, minding my own business. And then there was this random hand that came out of in between the pillows, and it was wearing a pink rubber glove. You know, like the ones you use to wash dishes?
Right.
And from what I remember, there was really no one in the house. It was just me, my mom, and her friend. Like, it was my mom was chilling with her other friend.
So you were alone at the couch?
I was alone.
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember having any guests aside from her friend that was sitting with her on the other couch. So that hand tapped on my shoulder and then pointed at my bottle and then did like a hand sign asking for it. Like, bring it to me. And then, you know, I didn't like, I wasn't in, okay, maybe I was in shock, but I didn't like scream. I was like, I handed the bottle and I went to my mom. I ran to my mom like, Mom, there's something in that couch. And then my mom said, Jangan layan. And that was all I remembered. And I just, you know.
Okay.
Did you say like, Tapi Mom, I gave my bottle to the
I don't know. I think I did. Or maybe I didn't.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack. You were 5.
I was
Okay, so
5,
let's play devil's advocate for a bit. So you're 5. It could be a ton of things that you saw.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's not real. So just to give an idea, the hand literally came out of nowhere. Like, it's not like somebody was behind the couch and went out like that. It wasn't like that at all.
No.
It was completely like from thin air.
Yeah.
And gestured to get your bottle.
Yeah.
As in, it came through the pillows, you said, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like
Right.
Yeah.
a sofa,
And there was
like
like
the crease.
there was a, what do you call it? Like a backboard
Right.
behind the sofa. So there was no like holes for anyone to.
Correct.
put
That's
their
what I
hands
wanted
through.
to know. Wow.
Yeah. It's literally like, I don't know what that sofa is. Like, literally you see in between those
the
pillows,
gaps,
it just came out.
So what looked like a pink glove, could it be the color of its hand, or you literally saw a glove?
It looked like a glove to me.
Oh my God, but what if it wasn't? That was how it was shaped.
Oh.
This is why we do this. Naik Bulu Tales. Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
5 years old, Sengambut, many dead bodies. Okay, makes sense.
I want to be like sitting on my couch.
It was facing the jungle also. That's where they dumped the
Right.
bodies.
Oh.
Your house
Yeah.
facing.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What if it was a piece of the hand that was cut?
Yo,
Oh,
stop it.
Wow.
I never thought of that.
A
I never
piece
thought of
the
that, bro.
hand
Right?
I have goosebumps
that
now.
was cut. That was the pieces of what?
It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking Adam's Family.
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing,
Except with rubber glove. Yeah.
or actually just hanging skin.
You know what? No, dude.
Yeah, dude. When blood dries up, it's pink.
He's,
So
he's gonna go home and be like, "Oh, can I sleep with you
He's like,
guys?"
That's wild. No, like you pointed that out. I really never thought about it.
right.
Because-
now we can dissect it.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
you're
yeah.
older.
Unpacking.
We're just
Childhood
unpacking.
trauma.
Childhood trauma. We are trauma bonding.
Put her on the table.
Exactly.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
Wow, that
Yeah.
that is Fredo at 5 years old. Okay. Okay.
Because you said body parts were sliced, right? So
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that story, like that information about the neighborhood came from when my mom, once upon a time, she was like, it was just me and her. in that house.
Mm.
It was not a big house, but it was too big for the both of us. It was 2 floors, the ground floor and the first floor. One night she heard like footsteps downstairs or on the same floor as our bedroom, and she thought it was like kids running, or she thought someone broke into the house.
Mm.
Yeah, because that was the only logical thing she could think of, right?
Yeah.
When she hears footsteps, people running in the house. But she also made it clear it sounded like kids running. And then she called the police on the same night, I think. And the police said to her, there's no traces of like people breaking into the house. But the police also told her at the end that this place is known for people,
Being
dumping bodies
dumping grounds.
for murder cases. Yeah, dumping ground. So yeah.
Till today?
No, I don't know. I
Right.
never had the...
Right.
Plus, back then in Sigambut,
Actually,
this is
yeah.
when you were 5 years old, right?
Yeah.
So back then, like a decade ago plus 2 decades, I'm
Actually,
assuming.
you're right. You're right.
Mm.
It
It's
was-
just jungle.
Yeah, it was not as
Actually, yeah,
developed
you're
as it is
right.
now. Yeah.
What we see now in Sigambut is
it's
like
not what it
it's not what it is.
right.
Yeah.
But there's still murder happening in Singapore
Yeah.
like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But literally, I remember going because Arwa Fendi, remember Tata's husband. Tata used to live in Sigambut,
Oh,
and at that time
jungle.
it was just jungle. So that that road that goes from you're going past Publica, right, to that small roundabout,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going left into Sigambut, right?
Yeah.
Go straight until the end. There's the small roundabout, right at the end, right?
At the end.
But if it's not, also that's crazy because you built around.
One-
Yeah,
Yeah.
or even on top of it.
On top of it,
Because
yeah.
they're-
Yeah.
What would they do with the bodies? I don't know if I'm comfortable with this idea that people, especially murderers, right? They just okay, this is the place to put them.
Yeah.
That's not very.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, why?
So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Next story.
Keep going. After 5 years old, what else happened besides the children pitter patter in your mom's and your house?
So another story that's linked to this house. Fast forward to when I was 19, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I was renting out at a condominium near Bukit Tungku. That area is known for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
I was renting with uni students. I had housemates, but I was sharing a room with another roommate. But this room, okay, not important information. But anyways, I'll just carry on. He doesn't really sleep in the room. Cause he was a hardcore gamer, so he's always like outside playing video games. Anyways, one night I got home late. I think I was out with friends, but it wasn't so late. I think it was about close to midnight or like 1 a.m. I got home. I was really exhausted. I was tired from work to like hanging out with friends, and I got home. Did my face routine, whatnot, showered, went straight to bed. But before going to bed, I remember, so it was a master bedroom, and we had like this, how do you call it, panoramic window view,
Right.
and the windows were closed. I remember this very clearly. So I fell asleep really tired, and then I dreamt that I was with my friend that I saw before coming home, I think. We were going for a drive, and we were driving through the neighborhood. And I was like, in that dream, I was like, whoa, this is such a, walk down memory lane. Like, I used to live here. And then, I was excited in the dream. And then in that dream again, he sent me home. So it was like the same thing happened in real life. Got home, get ready for bed, whatnot. I don't remember much what happened in the dream, but I do remember I saw this huge figure, like black figure, a bit like shadowy, smoky. He was trying to attack me.
It was on. It was like ready to pounce.
Yeah, he was like
Right,
trying
he
to
was ready
attack
to
me. Like,
attack,
holy
but-
cow!
wow,
Like
yeah.
shit. I feel like I'm about to get killed or possessed. Obviously, you're scared because you see something that you don't really see
This is outside of your
with
dream.
your naked eye.
You're
This is in my dream.
Still in your dream.
Still in my dream. So in my dream, my friend sent me home.
Wow.
From that.
Exactly, that happened. Everything's happening at the same time.
Yeah, but in real life, I was not visiting the neighborhood.
Right.
I was just hanging out with my friends.
Got it.
So in the dream, we visited the neighborhood. He was just taking me on a drive.
Right.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, now I see it.
And then in that dream, I was like so all excited because damn, there are some crazy stories from this place.
Yeah.
And then
Saw a shadow.
yeah, so in that dream, he sent me home. I got home. I was alone. He left. And then I saw this huge figure that was like waiting for me, and he was about to attack. And then my mom would always teach me, like, if you see if you feel like threatened by an evil spirit or anything, just baca ayat kursi. So that's what I did in that dream. I baca ayat kursi as soon as I saw him, and then he baca balik. He baca balik to me, and that's like when I didn't know what else to do. I'm like, fuck. I went to the balcony. I looked down, and I remember that split second. I had this thought to myself, wow, this is why people commit suicide. Sensitive, I'm sorry, but like,
It's okay.
in that dream, I was like, I had that split second thought where like, maybe this is why people lose their minds and like jump off.
Yes,
And then I think I jumped off in that dream. I woke up, the window was open in my room, and that shit freaked me out. I'm like, what the hell? Thank God there were grills.
Yeah.
Right.
There were metal grills.
Yeah. You could have been sleepwalking.
Maybe,
Possibly. You opened the window to yourself.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'd
Yeah.
never imagined myself sleepwalking.
Wow.
So the fact that you said the shadow is kind of like a smoky
Yeah.
shadow,
Yeah.
this probably is a jinn. Because jinns can be Muslims too.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you said they can baca ayat kursi back to you, doesn't mean it's a bad jinn.
Yeah.
But there are some good and bad Muslims, right? In our reality.
Yep.
So I don't know what is its purpose
Possibly,
to visit you. But sounds like a jinn. Right? Possible.
Interesting, huh?
I don't hear many spiritual entities can baca back.
Yeah.
So
But it is a thing, right? Like,
the entity has to be some that is very well versed in Islam.
I
So
see.
meaning they
So
believe in God.
possibly
Meaning it
it's
is
a
a jinn.
jinn. Yeah.
Most likely it's a jinn. No other entities can baca macam tu.
Isn't that? But do you remember this one story? I mean, this is kind of a famous story.
The siapa baca tu?
Tak, yang the one I can't remember where. I think it's from back in the day when we were telling stories, hearing stories. I remember one story was being told about a girl that was in college, and a girl, I can't remember actually, but she was she said, let's just say it's a girl, and then she woke up in the middle of the night, and then she saw Toyo on top of the cupboard, right, just looking down at her, smiling, I think.
Yeah.
So she started baca lah, baca ayat, and then the Toyo kept laughing, and then Toyo's like, "Tu baca salah,"
Oh my God.
you know. So it's like I remember a story, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but that story was circling around for a while.
But
So-
that makes sense because why a toyo would know that a toyo is made from a dead fetus, a miscarried fetus. So you're born Muslim lah. But technically, they would know such things. And plus, so I don't know why this is a thing, but you do have to baca something. I don't know if it's from the Quran, but it's something to make them alive, right? This toyol. So it's funny that these entities know this knowledge. That means even they believe in God. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That how do you know that was she didn't say but tak baca ayat betul-betul?
Yeah,
That means you're well versed, tak khatam or something.
Yeah. I'm curious what Dola would have to say about experiencing these things
Correct.
in dreams. What's the psychological?
I think dreams he would be on board with, but the fact that maybe because it's more of a dream. There's a scientific explanation for dreams. That's fine. But the whole like your mom singing Pontianak, that would be like, nah, that can't be. It's definitely
There's
somebody who
probably a
jumped
balloon.
one of those those Olympians
Yeah,
doing high jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or kites.
Yeah, exactly.
They made a kite. They made a Pontianak kite.
I know. I shared with the boys. So like, oh my god, it looks so creepy. It's
It
huge.
looks so huge.
The things people do.
Yeah, man. There's one day, I was in college. I was very sick on that day. I think my body temperature was about 37 degrees or 38, close to 38.
Yeah, that's fever.
Yeah, I was having fever. Went to the clinic, got my meds, got my MC, went home close to Maghrib. It was evening time. I fell asleep on the couch. I fell asleep through Maghrib, and then I had a, what do you call that? Sleeping paralysis.
Hump up.
Yeah, hump up. That's what they would call it, right? My mom would say it's hump up. She always say, oh, don't sleep masa maghrib, nanti kena, kena hump up, kena tindih.
Tindih also,
Yeah. And then, but yeah, I wasn't living with my mom anymore at this period. So yeah, I slept through Maghrib unintentionally, and then I woke up to a sleeping paralysis. I felt like I couldn't move, blah blah blah. And then, as always, my mom would tell me to baca ayat kursi. So in any of cases of sleeping paralysis, I will read ayat kursi. And for this one, I baca ayat kursi, and it was the first time I felt this weird G-force sensation kicking in, and I was like, the feeling, how I can closely describe, is that I was getting sucked into a black hole, and then it felt like it was like the longest 1 minute of my life. Getting sucked into that black hole, I was hearing people screaming and yelling for help, and it's as if they are from hell, calling help from hell. And then I woke up, but I didn't wake up in real life. I woke up in a dream, fully conscious. It was like an outer body experience. I woke up in this house that I basically lived in. The environment was the placement of furnitures and everything around me were exactly the same, except that it was very misty, and the lighting was very like this lah, like our podcast room right now.
Sorry to interrupt, but it reminded me of that movie Insidious.
Yes, exactly. I was about to
bring
that up
go
to
ahead.
describe.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no.
Fredo, go ahead, please.
No, for sure. That is exactly how I can describe the situation. Like when that old lady, I forgot what her name was. Like when she was visiting the other dimension to rescue the kid, right? That's exactly what it was like in the same house I lived in. So I didn't feel scared, but I felt confused. I woke up in my dream, and I was trying to catch a breath, right? So again, the same placement of couches in the living room, one on the right side, and then one facing the TV. So I was on the right side, the side couch. I got up from where I was sleeping or taking a nap, moved over to the other couch to catch my breath, sat down, and my gosh, that was a heavy one. I looked over to the other couch, and I saw my body sleeping. I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? And then I quickly woke up in another dream, I think. Or no, I think I woke up, Terus. Yeah.
So you thought.
Yeah, and then I quickly called my ex-girlfriend.
Oh!
This is another one.
Another one. Wow. That's nice that you still had that friendship that you can call her.
It was still fresh, so we were still kind of in contact, kind of thing.
Yeah, so She came straight over and helped you.
No.
Oh.
I think I was like, I'll be okay. Right. Thanks for hearing me out. I just needed to rant. I needed to explain to her fuck this thing, because my housemates were away for holiday, and I was home alone basically.
Because you were sick.
Yeah. So I didn't want to call my housemates and hey,
This is the house where you rented that room?
No,
now it's
this
college.
is a different one.
Different house.
Different one.
Yeah.
The room that I was renting, it was before I started college.
Right.
Yeah.
Got
so
it.
this one I start college. So
okay.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's I've told this story a few times too. The thing is, you felt when you woke up in this dream, you felt like you were being sucked into a black hole. You said, right? I had a similar dream where I was also out of body experience, but I was flying in my living room, and I felt like I was being pulled away from my body. So I was just floating outside. So I could literally see myself flying around.
Yeah.
I see everything intact as if, but this is when I was living somewhere else lah.
Yeah.
And I was going towards the front door. I grabbed the grill. But I was floating. And I was like, why is something trying to pull me away?
Right.
So that's when I got scared. As soon as I got to the grill, I got scared. So I just tried to keep pulling myself, but I felt like I was going over there.
Oh man, it's like a tornado sucking you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then what I did was I pulled myself one big pull.
Yeah.
And then I flew straight away into my living room, back to
your body,
back to my room.
Yeah.
And then I woke up. It was like coming back to my body, you know.
Wild.
So it's funny that you say you felt like you being sucked into like a black hole with things when I also felt something similar. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
But I felt something similar trying to suck me away from my body.
This is the first time I've heard someone describe heard screams.
Yeah.
In
you
this.
too?
I know you're the first one.
Oh.
So, whoever have experienced hump tinde or sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
And did you see the hole or you just felt it and heard it?
I felt it and heard it and like visually.
Oh, so you said it looked like it was.
It's the colors of hell, orange and red. You know, like
you saw colors of hell.
Yeah, it's like like black hole, right? You see like
yeah
stars in like apa?
Galaxy
in however much or many frames per second.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, like time lapse the stars will like be dragged. Sorry, weird.
Right.
So it was the colors. It was the colors of hell.
No way.
Orange and
red,
yellow, red.
Yeah.
Orange, that yellow, red. Yeah.
And that is just sleeping through Maghrib. Damn. That's what it is.
Maghrib. Listen to your mom,
Allah,
guys.
We will
God's
not
like,
sleep through Maghrib.
Yeah.
Who asked you to sleep through this?
Yeah.
Solat?
I thought you were gonna say. I thought your ending is gonna be you're sitting on that couch, and then when you wake up, you're on that couch. You're sitting.
Yeah, I mean, when I woke up for the third time, which was in real life, I was on that couch.
On the other couch?
No, on the same couch.
Yeah. I thought you were going to be saying you're
on
the
the
couch.
No,
so you're like,
that would be another.
I moved in my sleep.
It was just a delay response.
So, wow, because I'm so drawn into this. Okay, so the hump up part, paralysis, you're in your dream, right? But you know you couldn't move in your dream? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in your dream. You're aware that you couldn't move, and then but you saw your own body. Yes.
Yeah. So my first attempt of trying to get out of that sleeping paralysis resulted in me waking up in another dream.
And which point was you saw the colors of hell?
Well, before waking up.
So the moment from you realize
from first dream, before actually waking up, seeing your own body. That was what happened.
No. It was the very first moment I realized I had a sleeping paralysis, and I baca ayat kursi. When I baca the ayat kursi, that's when I felt like I was getting sucked.
Right.
It was like this burning G4 sensation pulling me outside of my body, and that's when I woke up in the very weird.
So you didn't see per se a black hole lah. It just felt like a black hole.
Yeah, it just felt like
you saw colors and screaming.
Yes. Yeah.
For a second there.
It was literally something. I mean, you can hump up, and when that thing was sucking out, it was like sucking you into this dream.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's crazy is just for a few seconds, he was in between heaven and hell. Because you didn't see heaven, but you definitely saw and heard hell.
Yeah.
Or like he straight away saw hell. There was no heaven at all.
I mean, okay, can you describe the screams?
If you YouTube hell POV or screams from hell, I'm sure you'll get like the exact sounds like
it's like I never thought of.
It's like when you watch when you watch films or these when let's say creatures fall into the lava and they're kind of like trying to escape out and
Yeah.
like screaming kind of thing. That's what I pictured.
It felt like it was thousands of them, you know.
Dude,
It didn't sound like it was only a few. It sounded like a whole
choir of them.
population.
yo, if I heard that, aku terus insaf and then tak tinggal solat. Hell no, man.
Soon.
That's crazy.
Oh wow! No, I mean, no one has ever described hump up that way. You had a few hump ups over the years and not close to hell.
You must be tired. You should go on a vacation.
I should.
It's true.
I mean, I've experienced hump up, but
I mean, we had a friend who had a hump up where something was on him and this thing scratched his knees. Thighs.
Did he wake up with?
He felt it. Yeah, he woke up with scratches.
with scratches.
Yeah. So
Speaking of that, right? I don't know, because my mom would always, like, when she has like bruises, waking up with bruises, she will always say it's something. But I don't know.
Yes
If
and
it's
no.
not that, what's the scientific reason behind that? You know?
I think it's easily as simple as you knock something you didn't know and you bruise. I mean, that is the most simplest.
Some people also bruise really easily.
Yeah, they do. Like
You
a
know.
peach.
Sikit je, kena sikit like
Bruise
boom,
like
bruise.
a peach. Yeah.
So you never know, but yeah.
I mean, I was swimming the other day and I saw a little tiny bruise on my arm here. I'm like, I don't remember hitting anything.
Right. What do you do to
from here, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, bruises happen, but there are the other side of the coin where
Yeah. Could be either, right?
something grabbed you, something bit you. Banyak.
Speaking of flying in your dreams, right?
Ooh.
I had another dream. This was, I think, my most recent, months ago, but my most recent weird dream, encountering Pontianak in my dream.
Our KP. Okay.
So this dream was very funny. It was so weird. I was at a kampong, and how I can describe the kampong is like have you seen Zombie Kampung Pisang?
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of setting. Ada gerai kat depan rumah. And then there's the rumah kampung right across from each other.
Okay.
But that dream started with me being in a house full of people I know, I think, and one of them was my mom. And the kampung house was not modern. It was kind of macam rumah kampung lama. Yellow curtains,
Oh, right.
you know, typical lah.
Yeah.
And then we were sitting in like circles. There were like 3 or 2 groups, which so that would mean like 2 circles lah. And everyone tengah macam, I don't know, baca zikir or reading something. And then I was looking outside. This was at night, yeah. I was looking outside the kampung house. Doors were open, windows were open. And then suddenly, I think I saw the Pontianak flying around, just, hovering around. Suddenly flew right into the house, into the middle of
Oh shit.
my circle, and then said, "Ha, korang ingat korang boleh destroy me?" I don't know how to. I don't remember. Musnahkan aku. And then this one ustad macam started like reading something intensely, and that's when the whole scene intensified lah.
But that zikir was just like a tahlil lah. It wasn't like a to ward her off, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is a dream.
It was a dream. It was a
huh?
dream.
You and your dreams.
I know.
This guy lah sama. Dreams.
Zaman college, I think I was
Dreams
just too
galore.
restless.
No, okay. It's your outlet.
Yeah. So funny. In that dream, I don't know which part of it lah, but I think I have to say it out there. At the gerai, Najib was eating there. I don't know.
This is before he went to prison?
Yeah.
Yeah lah, a long
Way
time ago.
before.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But anyways, that's not the interesting part.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. The interesting part was, when the ustad was starting to read whatever he was reading intensely, the Pontianak was like going crazy and like, trying to fight it. And then she started flying around the house and flew out. And suddenly I started flying. And the Pontianak instantly saw me as like a threat. And then she started chasing me around. I was not in control of my directions at all. I was being like dragged all over, like in the air. What was that?
That's probably one of the.
Oh Lord.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I was flying around. It's so weird. I don't know what it is with dreams and flying around. I was flying around the house, out the house, onto the other garai, and then over around the roof of the house.
Wow.
And then it was a long, like, cat dog chasing scene.
Right.
And then at the end of it, I was hiding underneath the roof, like hiding from for my life, fearing that she would like come and like crawl to me and like, you think I don't know where you are, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh shit!
Like I felt the wind, and then kain dia nampak sikit, lepas tu dia crawl over to me. I found you.
Oh,
It's funny, but like,
Marco.
yeah, that's one.
Your
That
dream is intense.
Very intense.
I have
dream.
a lot of
Very.
intense dream.
You should chat GPT these dreams, and it can interpret you for you. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah. The chasing means something. The flying means something.
maybe. But chat, I don't know, man.
But it doesn't necessarily. I mean, the Pontianak can also mean something, but it doesn't actually mean it's Pontianak.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor for something else.
Yeah, true.
It could be like your ex chasing you.
That's scarier.
Who knows? Maybe Pontianak is an embodiment of his future, right? We're all scared of our future. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That chase could be because you were in college.
Yeah.
So the idea of adulting, man, getting older, being a man,
Maybe
that's scary,
true.
man. That is what adulthood looks like, right?
Yep.
Scary thing. Do you have a non-dream one?
I do. I have
Okay.
one. This one took place at my mom's house.
All right.
I don't know. The place is known for. There's many stories from different people that's been to the house, and my earliest memory of like experiencing something in that house was, I think this is very common for a lot of people, like seeing like shadow walking by. And my house at that time was like 3 floors, so it's every time in the morning, like, early morning, getting ready for school. I was in school, secondary school, so every morning like around 6 a.m, getting ready to go to school, nak naik tangga to have breakfast on the first floor. Something just crosses from one room to the other room, like just
Like a shadow or
white shadow.
Oh, white shadow.
Crossing.
Yeah, just like very quickly, like
Upstairs.
upstairs. Yeah, and that floor is a very small floor, but it has 2 rooms, and it's always dark. So, well, yeah, that's one story in that house. The other one is I will go with like the ones I have experienced first. This one was during Ramadan, and then that house always blackout. Like the main switch always switches off, and then this one time close to buka puasa time, it happened, and then my mom. See, at that time also my mom is always like, making fun of like all these ghost stories, tries to show the kids ghost videos, paranormal activity documentaries, just to scare the kids. So at this time she was trying to like, it was during a period where she was kind of trying to talk to that to something she thought was in the house. So she macam, janganlah kacau, orang nak buat kerja pun susah, that kind of stuff, And then there was this one time, which is, when the main switch went off close to buka puasa time, my mom went to turn on the switch. This was in the storeroom, and then my adik said, "Ma, kenapa lampu selalu tutup buka? Ada Pontianak ke?" As soon as my mom switched that on, my brother said that when she switched on the lights, the main switch, as soon as my brother said that, it switched right back off. And then after that, my mom decided, okay, I'm gonna call a person, a specialist, to
Bless
bless the house. because there were many stories from like visitors, guests, especially guests. Very, very rarely for the visitors. The guests, people who were fixing the house, like daily, because like we were like renovating some parts of the house, and then they would say like they I don't remember exactly what the stories were, but like one of our guests kind of, I don't know, from the way it was explained, it was like that person was getting like sexually assaulted in that house by
Entity.
an entity.
Whoa.
And yeah, and then contractors like saying like, oh, we've been kena kacau. I don't know what the stories were. So that's when my mom decided, okay, it's time to call. I mean, I think it was a group decision. We're gonna call someone to come to the house and do their thing. So yeah, the person brought animals, and the animals were possessed, and like I think they died.
Well,
The animals got possessed and they died.
Yeah, I think that's the story I heard.
It's all during Ramadan.
No.
Okay.
This is after Ramadan. I want to get into details of this thing, but I think it freaks me out. So
The funny thing about Ramadan, right? Only the shaitans are locked up in hell. So
Yeah.
not ghosts, not other entities.
how about the Jays?
Actually, it's a good question.
Jinns are not.
No, jinns are not, because they're not shaitan.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
So yeah, during Ramadan, people think they're safe. They're just safe from being influenced by the devil. That's all it is.
I used to believe that.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Used to, so not anymore.
No,
Oh, interesting.
So you used to believe.
that this shaitans.
That.
Wait, I used to believe that ghosts and everything
Oh, right.
were like locked.
Wars are locked up. Yes, now you don't know. Now you
And then the belief slimmed down to like, oh, just the adults, the baby ones are still roaming around free.
don't. Probably true.
And then now, like the jinns are free, the ghosts are free,
Yeah.
evil spirits are free also.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
That could be the real temptation.
Wow.
Mm.
Man.
This
Ooh.
has been a treat, Fredo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for coming to
Yeah,
share your stories, man.
we appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
I know it's probably not easy. I mean, it's not always easy for someone to share something so private, to them, personal to them.
Yeah.
So, props to you for being able to do that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Just went
then
with the flow.
go with the
Yeah.
flow. Yeah. Even then, this was very kind of like tamed. I think there's more details that
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
just didn't want to get into
I
because
don't.
for your sake of sanity.
Yeah.
If you guys out there have any comments for Fredo's story, I mean, if you've also had weird dreams similar to Fredo, share with us down there. Comment, like.
Don't forget maybe any Sagambut stories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys have any articles on that or something, just
Oh, I don't
share
want to
with
read
us.
them.
If you live in Sagambut or you heard of Sagambut, go ahead and comment and let's have a discussion.
Anyway, thanks again, guys, for joining us again on this episode. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like.
Share.
And we would like to thank again Fredo for being here.
For being so brave.
Thanks for having me.
And without further ado, my name is Fairil,
And I'm Mo.
and this is Fredo. See you guys again on another episode of
Naik Bulu Tales. Much love.